But I ain't gonna hold y'all. Everything went to hell around that time, bro.
Hold on,
Socially unrefined.
I stand on it. Chat, can I cook?
Cook it up.
The New York Knicks are the NBA 2025-26 NBA Finals champions. A team of Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, Carl Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and others, led by head coach Mike Brown, beat a young San Antonio Spurs team led by Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper,
tomato.
Devin Vassell, and others, coached by Mitch Johnson, and they beat them in 5 games. Now, my whole thing was like y'all might have heard, I didn't expect San Antonio to win anyway. I just feel like the narrative is too great to pass up. Wimby, barring any injuries or health concerns, is gonna be good. He got time, right? Especially with a lot of older guys, you know what I'm saying, aging out. All right. The New York Knicks have not been to the finals in 30 years. They have not made it this far in 30 years. It's too much to pass up. They made a lot of money just from the seats, the price of the seats they charged. They It just made more sense because everything is narrative based. Every day on ESPN, they talk about narratives instead of talking about the game, because they talk about the game, but it's more narrative sprinkled in the game. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they use the game to create their narratives instead of creating narratives around the game. I don't know. But this is over. It's over.
Get your head down.
With the league being in bed with the casinos and the sports betting, in my head, it just made more sense for the Knicks to finally win one. You got this Villanova team, they camaraderie and they make it. They finally win. Knicks curse over. Boom. Now we can set up the Victor Wembanyama redemption story. Now we can solidify him as one of the greats, kind of like how they did LeBron. So since he made it all the way here at 2022, however old he is, now the expectation is when you gonna get one. How many you gonna get? And honestly, it just played out how I thought it would. I didn't know it would go to 5 games personally, but it played out how it played out. I feel like De'Aaron Fox, I don't know if he don't care. I don't know if he just don't understand the game. I don't know if the moment was too big for him. I don't know. But if the moment is right now for Victor Wembanyama and these San Antonio Spurs, I would probably think about either benching him, and that's kind of hard because he's a starting guard in his league. So you don't really bench him for Dylan Harper. You might move off of him for somebody else. I don't know who that might be, but I don't know. If Dylan Harper can continue to make better plays down the stretch, then, but I also feel like De'Aaron Fox is the best ball handler they have. He might not be the best guard, but he's definitely the best ball handler. So you kind of need to either have Dylan Harper develop as a ball handling guard or get somebody to take that space. Personally, maybe you have either Fox come off the bench or Castle come off the bench. I don't know. But De'Aaron Fox kind of looks like, very touchable as far as trade talks. Um, I feel like Dylan Harper, he has potential. I'm not really sure that it's as much potential as everybody says. Me and Phil kind of agreed that we feel like Dylan Harper is a Manu Ginobili. So kind of take that how you want to. Um and I'm just not sure he's the answer to the problems. Like he's good and I feel like what more you got to lose at this point. But as respect to De'Aaron Fox, you don't bench him a starting guard in the league. I don't know. I don't know. But the Spurs only 6 deep. Um Julian Champagny, he's very hot and cold. He couldn't stay in front of nobody. Liability on defense. Devin Vassell, when he hot, he hot. He a little bit more consistent than Julian Champagny. Um, and not as much of a liability on defense as Julian Champagny. So I'm gonna give him a pass. Um, they needed some vet presence. As you can see, to close these games, I didn't see Harrison Barnes in this series at all. No Mason Plumlee, no Bismack Biyombo. Luke Cornett probably did the best he could, just wasn't good enough. Um, Stephon Castle. Um, I, um, mm, mm. Victor Wembanyama, he deserves a lot of criticism as well. Um, just shot selection. Kind of his temperament as far as when he was playing too aggressive, not too aggressive. Well, actually aggressive when it comes to those fouls and them techs. But I guess more so is knowing when to go hard and when not to go hard. There's a couple games where I feel like he came out and he maybe wanted it too bad and he kind of expended too much energy. Um, and kind of exhausted himself too soon. Um, I feel like he needs to get stronger. So when people push him around or lean into him, his body and his muscles can take it. He needs to get more conditioning. Um, he needs to learn the game. I don't know who he could get with to kind of really break down and understand the game on a different level. um, he needs some post moves. He needs to get he needs to learn how to get to his spots. Obviously, the league has seen that more physical defenders can at least um deter him in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like it's up to him to kind of figure that out. Um, I feel like Mitch Johnson kind of needs to look in the mirror as well. He kind of needs to be held accountable. A lot of these runs where the Spurs are up by 30, 20, 15, however much, and they allow the Knicks to go on a run and close the gap without the coach making any kind of timeouts, any type of adjustments. I'm not a head coach. I'm not a coach at all on any level. So maybe he did that for a reason and knows were the right decisions in the moment, I guess. Um, maybe he had to save some of those timeouts. I'm not sure. But it just seems like, you can't just let the other team go on a run like that. Not every game. Um, Fellas, y'all got anything?